So, where we left off. The four of you and Irina are in the remains of Baba Lysaga's hut. You have defeated Baba Lysaga, and Mim has extracted her heart from her body and tossed her quivering corpse into the mud below.
We didn't we kind of bury her or something? If I remember correctly.
You did.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. You buried the crows. I don't think you buried her.
Oh, right.
You guys just kind of kicked her off the
I
edge.
was like, wait. Oh, okay, you're right. That's gonna be karma.
And you collectively extracted a woman who had been essentially crucified into the roof of the hut with these bent iron bars above this tub. And despite being pinned by a myriad of iron rods bent at 90-degree angles, she appears to still be breathing. You laid her down in what was once Baba Lysaga's bed, and you sat down for the night before being awoken by a gasp as the woman sits stock straight, her back bending at a 90-degree angle and gazing around the room and eyes locking with you. Also, such as a heads up, I am getting a slight echo.
I think you just need to whisper. Just kidding. Let me check why that's happening.
But in the meantime, all of you kind of bolt awake, and she locks eyes with you, and she scrambles against the wall.
Like climbing up it, like
no, just like
okay,
like backs up into the corner, kind of eyeing you, her eyes frantic, glancing to each of you, quickly taking stock of her surroundings.
Well, I would say don't be afraid, but I see you've already accomplished that, so I will say we're not here to harm you.
Everybody roll me a perception check real quick. All right. Everybody but Andar, who is kind of, as I believe he put it last session, would lose his shit if she got up, who is taken aback by the sudden activity from this woman. Everyone else seems to notice that all of the wounds on this woman's body are completely healed. She has no bleed. She does have dried blood on her arms and like her palms. Her hair is matted. She is still very sickly in appearance in terms of she is fairly gaunt. Her skin is gray. And her hair is like this matted black, but beyond the dried blood, she has no open wounds of any kind. And her breathing is rapid.
And we checked last time for wounds or not wounds, teeth and. Okay.
Am I inside?
You are. It's just a very small hut.
I'm blocking you in the doorway. Just I'll move.
Also, real quick, does level up count as long rest?
You guys got the full long rest as well.
Cool.
This is waking you up from your long rest, in essence.
I don't remember if I did that. Okay. Okay. So, you gonna tell us your name or anything, maybe? I mean, we did, like, save your life. I'm like...
I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself.
All right.
I mean, I'm at least assuming we saved your life, unless, like, that was the life You want it? I don't know. I'm Mim, by the way.
She kind of flits back, looking around the room. Let me actually. Do. Does it let me roll a skill that is just a basic?
Ooh.
I guess not. That's kind of silly. All right. She kind of. Actually, I could just roll it myself. Thank God for being quick prepared with a dice tray. Where's my d20?
Can't you just roll it on the foundry?
It's not letting me on.
Oh, dang.
Long story. Essentially,
That's fair.
point is, she kind of, her breathing steadies slightly.
Mm-hmm.
She's still kind of, you can tell that she's still tense. Her back is still up against the wall. Who are you? What do you want?
Well, I just thank you first, and then I would be nice. I'm Mim. Like I said, you are.
She doesn't respond right away. She seems very wary of the five of you.
That makes.
Her eyes keep kind of flitting between the five of you and the door.
Am I at the door? Like, am I blocking the door?
At this point, yes.
I'll move out of the way.
Okay.
Well, glad to see you're at least breathing, and I'll walk out and jump down.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, it's morning. We don't need anything from her.
we need answers.
She
Interrogation.
was not conscious. She doesn't know shit.
She's scared. She probably knows something. You don't know. Okay. So, I mean, I'm a very small fairy. I don't know if you've ever seen fairy before. I'm Mim. I just ended up here, and I'm trying to get out. Listen. So the lady that was here before, we kind of took care of her. You know what I mean? So, and then we let you down. I don't know what we can do to convince you that, I mean, for this moment, for the next 10 minutes, I think we're on the same side. Can you at least tell us your name or maybe how you got here?
You killed the witch.
I like peek out. Which way did we toss her out? This way or this way? Because I carved her heart out, right? Do you
Yeah.
remember where we tossed her?
You dumped her out. I think the front.
Okay. I'll peek out the kind of out the side of the door or whatever and be like, seems to be that way.
Her body kind of eases a little bit, and she kind of like stops pressing against the wall. Why did you kill the witch? 'Cause. 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 '
You know, that's a really good question. I think the first thing that really ticked us off was that she was hurting the birds. And then she tried to shoot us. She did point at one of us trying to kill us, so I think that was one of the reasons also. We also needed something from her. But I think that's enough answers that I've given you. I need something back in return from you. So I'll give you an answer for an answer to one of my questions.
Understood. Pick one.
One question? Okay, I don't think I'm qualified to make that one decision. And I look at the rest of the group. and I whisper to Ketherick and I go, not normally the one who does this part.
Kirik, not Ketherick.
Kirik.
Ketherick is Baldur's Gate.
Oh, sorry, there was that other guy that was trying to like murder everybody. No worries.
Don't
Sorry.
worry. Well, I mean, are you sure I should be the one asking questions? This is kind of your deal. I sort of walked into it, so.
Who has the best charisma?
Who are you?
We only get one question. We might not
Let me tell you, the one with the best charisma just left the building.
I know. Why?
Well, I think it's between you and Kirik.
I'm 20.
I have
As is Kirik.
nothing. I got
'Cause
zero.
I also have additions to all saving throws and ability checks now.
Can
Oh, Andar yells, "Who are you?" from outside.
Yeah, Andar like peeks around the corner. Who are you? You can call me Laura.
Laura? Laura. Doesn't ring a bell. Do we know a Laura?
Has anyone ever told?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to just say, has anyone ever told you, Mim, you make a very good fairy?
Well, I would hope so.
Very fairy-like.
Above table. What does that mean? I'm annoying? No, I'm just kidding.
No, the way you said Laura was very, I don't know, suspicious in a good way. Laura.
Laura. Okay, Laura.
While I'm sitting outside, I'm gonna pull out my wand of enemy detection and use it.
All right. What's the range on that? It's like 60 feet.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
60 feet.
Okay. You expend a charge, and you do not get a ping.
May I use divine sense and try to see if I can sense the divine?
You may.
Thank you. Do I sense the divine?
You celestial fiend or undead. That's a good question. I'm surprised. I forgot that Faye's not in that list.
This is true.
Well, technically, yes, you do sense the divine, because I would ping hardcore.
Well, so you
And
use divine
do you
sense.
ping yourself?
Well, yes, he
Somebody
obviously
would
he
do.
gets his own glow too. But so you're gonna I'll put it this way. You use your divine sense and you do get kind of the glow from Alistair outside in kind of a muted way. You have your own kind of cold glow that you're used to.
Uh-huh.
And you get this weird sort of shimmer around Laura that appears to be muted, and it is, you can kind of recognize there's like a semblance of celestial. It's leaning celestial out of the three that you can sense, but there's something it's like if you were reading a language you recognize, but all the words are misspelled or the grammar doesn't make sense. Like, it's not celestial, but it's celestial adjacent.
Got it.
What did we know about the Weaver? About her, because before we went into the one at Yesterhill, like we know a little bit about like their powers are slightly gone, or like they're slightly still there, but like being like as our group, what I don't know what all we remembered about, like, because the other one from Yesterhill, I don't know off the top of my head.
The Thane?
The Thane. She just appeared to us after the Strahd thing, right? And then, but like not. She was very not normal looking. Like she had a whole masker thing on with antlers and stuff, right?
Yeah. She was also fucking huge, if I remember right.
So,
Thick with 2 C's.
According to your notes,
Thane.
the Swamp Fane is associated with the Weaver, who is associated with spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Baba has desecrated this particular Fane and has tainted the swamp magic. To reconsecrate it, you have to kill Baba and remove her magical influence by taking her heart and bring it to the Swamp Fane to honor the Fane. There was a spider above your head in a previous session that spelled out floorboards, and that the Weaver is associated with the past and collection of memories.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Where did this quote come from? My lady's true but far from kind. Is that from the Yesterhill obelisk?
I believe that's from one of the books previously.
My lady. Okay. Cool. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. If you want to finish, Joseph, what you were in.
This is your deal.
Can I grab the thing and pull myself up and be like, Are we done interrogating the poor girl, or should we get going?
Well, so something of note, maybe important to you. She's sort of celestial adjacent.
I knew it.
You see she stiffens at that.
I'll pull myself up and in then.
It would explain how she healed so quickly, but...
What did she say her name? Laura. Laura, how do you spell spider?
Spider?
Spiders.
Well, spider.
Spider. Spiders with an S, plural, one, the spider. Do you like spiders? Are they your friend?
She kind of, her left hand starts to kind of grip the bed tightly.
As silly as Mim might be, I do kind of suggest just answering her. That way we can all get a move on. I need a wisdom saving throw from her.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Whoa!
I mean, we need. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Casting suggestion.
Ooh, all right.
Cool.
I need a wisdom saving throw from her.
She fails.
1 second. Does she have... advantage on saving throws? She gets
Good
one
to
more.
know.
Okay.
Wisdom.
No. Doesn't fail.
Do I know if she? I know if she passes, right? I would know the spell failed.
That's a good question. Let's find out. Do you know if suggestion fails D&D? On reading a thread.
I do see if the suggestion sounds reasonable, the target would have no way to suspect you influenced them or not.
Yeah.
But I don't see if I would know. Because that's what I was going for, is subtly
So,
casting.
okay, so what it says is, you know that... Well, also, suggestion somatic.
Well, yeah, but it's what you're suggesting. That's the somatic component.
Okay. So here's what it says. It says either you know that it takes effect, or the spell doesn't take effect and immediately ends using up a spell slot in the process. You don't know why the spell ends. So it could be you targeted an immune creature, or because you targeted something that made the save, but you know that the spell didn't work, is essentially what it says. So you will know that it didn't work, but you don't know why it didn't work.
I would
clock
that, but try and keep my composure.
Yeah.
And not give on I just did that.
Her eyes are gonna lock on you for a second. Yes, I'm a fan of spiders.
Do I believe her?
Roll me insight.
I think I do.
I'll find out if you do.
I guess could
You
I
do.
yeah.
I
I believe her.
since I asked her question.
Yeah, go ahead.
question? Okay.
Don't go against the same roll.
Okay. I don't remember what did she roll?
You don't know what she rolled.
Oh, okay, cool. I got
You
a
also
10.
believe her. You have no indication that she would be lying, at least.
Great. Listen. So we got a message from someone who a friend. I think. I don't know. I guess she was a friend, or a friend of a friend. Could have been a friend of a friend. And it said like a hint to us. And that hint said, it said something. Do you know? Laura, I'm just trying to think of, like, I don't know if you're who I think you are. You might be a friend of ours. And I know you don't think that we're your friends, but we might be your friend. And I'm testing to see if you are a friend. Do you know what the hint that we got was? If you're following what I'm picking up, what I'm putting down.
Perhaps. She looks around the room.
Does she not notice the hole in the ground or anything?
She looks around the room. I hope you would understand that I too am testing whether or not we are friends, considering And she like very clearly eyes the 5 of you and the one of her. The circumstance.
I mean, I did full give you the door. Happen to now know that you're quite powerful and could have left at any time. So there's that.
What do you want?
Help?
With?
Saving good.
Bringing down the tyrant government.
Okay, why are you? You don't have to. Why are you saying what side we're on? Okay, Alistair, we don't need to lay out all our cards.
I mean,
Ultimately,
why not?
That's fair. All right, okay, lady. Listen. We're the good guys, I think. I mean, that's what I'm trying to be, but we were told to defeat Baba, right? So we've been traveling through this horrible, yucky, messy, cold swamp, trying to get to her and fight her and take the thing from her. And then we're supposed to give it to a friend of ours that we've never met. I mean, we think it's a friend. I guess I shouldn't say friend because I don't know, but it might be you, and you might not be being straight with us. But if you're the friend that tried to reach out to us, you should just tell us now, because okay, listen, we wouldn't have taken you, we could have just left you. We saved you without knowing who you were, and we stayed until you got better, so that you didn't get murdered again or taken or whatever. Also, the fact that you healed so crazy like that is really cool, also a little scary and intimidating, but that now makes me think that you're the person we're kind of looking for. So are you the person we're looking for?
How long was I out?
From the looks of it, a very long time.
And how long since you took me down?
We got you down, tried to nurse any wounds we could, even though you were doing that well yourself, and then slept, so roughly 7-8 hours ago.
She looks at her hands. She looks at the ceiling. She looks at the floorboards. And she looks at you. She slowly stands from the bed and she wipes off the dried blood caked to her arms, and it flakes off onto the cabin floor below. She kind of rolls her shoulders. Then you have the heart, I presume?
Mim, I think this is who you think it is.
Oh, okay. And I just look at the bag and I'm like, yeah. Wait, you are who? Okay. You trust? Okay. Okay.
Mim, I tried to cast a spell on her and it didn't work.
Yep. Okay, last question, because I have it. It's here. When I think I wrapped it in like a cloth. I open it and I say, yeah, here it is. What was, before I give it to you, and I hold it to myself for a second, and I say, what was the clue that we were given by one of your friends?
She holds out a hand. Do not give it to me.
Oh.
But also, just now that you've like unwrapped it and it's been in a cloth and the blood has kind of been absorbed by the cloth off of the heart, you notice that the heart is this sickly pale gray, and that some of the ventricles and veins seem to be swampy vines instead of veins.
Wait, so she held out her hand like, do not give it to me like this?
Yeah, she like...
Okay, cool. Don't give it to me. So I don't want that nasty thing? Cool. Wait, isn't that what we were supposed to do? Don't you want it?
It must be returned. I do not want it.
turned to. I'm looking in my memory. And bring it to the Swamp Fane. Honor the Fane. Okay, so maybe you're not. Return to where? That wasn't in the instructions.
We have to take it east to the monoliths.
You're coming with us?
You asked for help. You helped me. Or we can part ways here.
So.
I'm gonna turn to look at the group. We're taking the Fane with us.
Okay, well, you are invited. No promises. I would like to make sure you are aware we are kind of an enemy of the state.
You see the ever so slightest smirk from her, and she turns to you, and above and below each of her eyes, two black eyes open.
Oh,
God, she's hot.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And she, with this ever so slight smirk, she says, "That is something we have in common."
Be not afraid.
She kind of like she's still wearing these torn, like, dirty rags, but she starts to stride towards the door and then kind of waits expectantly in front of you, Alistair, as her eyes close back.
Yeah, I'll sharp down.
One last
strides
question.
up as she stops in the doorway and turns.
Why was she drinking your blood? Or showering in it? Was this a macabre thing, or did it empower her?
A twisted belief of youth, hoping to imitate her son, I believe.
I see.
And with that, she turns and steps out and just straight up, like, steps off and, like, sinks into the mud below.
Okay, Mim's gonna, like, turn and watch her go and just kind of peek out the doorway and be, like, really amazed. And be like, what? It's like the power. It's hot. Great. I love it. I'm gonna, and then she's gonna follow out and kind of try to do what she did, like, with no, like, without, kind of
Just
feel really cool.
flutters out and then
powerful.
stops fluttering and
Plants
then.
into the mud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
and then I kind of catch myself at.
I think the irony is that her being human-sized lands kind of just above her ankles and then is able to kind of trudge on. Mim goes out, stops hovering, falls, and then goes down into her knees and has to, like, pull herself out of the mud.
Okay, well. No. I guess I'll. Off the mud. Is a.
Kirk will lean over to Irina and will say,
Are they normally this horny?
I'll admit it's unusual, but it has come up, unfortunately.
Well,
At least with the
After you.
one.
with the one. Oh, okay. Good to know.
Which one? Alistair said it first. Alistair was into it. Mim just thinks that the power confidence is hot. Okay. Also, Mim and Irina almost had a thing, so Irina can just shut. All right. And that time we played cards. Okay.
According to Mim, maybe.
Wow!
Rude. I mean, I know things got complicated. Jeez.
Oh my god. Anyway. So let's head back to the map.
Quick pause. Can I? How? Sorry, hold on. I
Don't hurt
was
yourself,
trying
kid.
to. Hey, don't call me kid. That's.
It's a quote. It's from Finding Nemo.
No, I know. I couldn't find the spells I needed for when I leveled up. So for now, I'll just have them on the side. But are there other? Because when I was looking in the compendiums, there's the one that just says the spells, or whatever. Where was it?
I don't know what you're asking.
Okay. I
What-
don't know which of the files you would have the spells I'm looking for. Is there only one place to find the spells in the compendium?
Oh.
if it's
So if
from,
you
like,
do DDB and then DDB spells,
Okay, thank you.
that'll have all the spells, and then you can pull whichever one you want into your character sheet. They're not sorted by anything but alphabetical, though. So
That's fine. That's perfect.
it's not going to give you, like, if you're looking for the ones limited to wizards or whatever, it's not going to give you that. You have to have that pulled up.
No, that's fine. I know the name, but
But yes,
sorry,
you
we
can
can-
just grab and pull it. As long as it's not, if it's expanded material, it might not be in there. All right.
thank you.
Also, shit.
What?
Those wisdom saving throws were not supposed to be public, and its name wasn't supposed to be public, but that's fine. Anyway. So. Who would like to lead the way?
Well,
I have no idea where we're going.
I would assume we were following, considering she said east.
Cool.
She said east, and then she's the Swamp Thane, and she said we're going to the monoliths or whatever. Is that I would assume that's where we went before that had all of the the obelisk.
Mm-hmm. Well, you haven't been to the one in the swamp yet, I don't think.
Oh, there is one in the swamp?
Mm-hmm. You know it's
Okay,
there. I don't
I
believe that
couldn't
you've
remember.
been there yet.
Yeah,
Anyway,
the other obelisks were at the bone grinder.
correct.
Yeah,
well,
that's what
there's
I was
there's
remembering.
obelisks at Bone Grinder. There's obelisks at Yester Hill,
Mhm.
and then you know that there is one at the top of Mount Gakis, and then you were told there was one in the swamp.
Real quick,
Right, 'cause
before
one
we
of them had
leave,
multiple.
Yes.
Anybody have a way to carry about 100 pounds of dragon bones?
Oh. Yeah, we all have bags of holding, right?
I do believe that was said, but then I also believe the next thing that I heard was, "Oh, you're almost encumbered." So
Well,
I don't know.
You do have bags of holding. That it was just funny because Foundry tracks encumbrance, and your character is listed as almost encumbered. That was just a point of humor. But yes, why do you ask, Alistair?
I definitely forgot, and I'm
Because we definitely need the bones to take back to the church.
I can also for an hour. Nope, never mind. It's only a minute. I was gonna say reduce the size, but
So she begins to walk away. You head over to the skull, Alistair. And you start trying to pry it from the mud. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. She's going to turn and observe. And then, ma'am, are you shrinking it, or what's your guys' plan here?
Oh
not
boy, if I had one, I would tell you.
oh, Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We should definitely deal with this. And I kind of be like, Ba-da-da-da-da-ba-ba. So, is your name actually Laura? Or do you want to be called like Your Majesty or like, oh, divinely ordained, beautiful, wonderful mistress of spiders? Or Weaver?
She kind of glares at you.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not.
You can call me Laura.
Okay. You're fair. I'm sorry. Okay. Just so you know, I respect you a lot. I'm just not good at this. Do you know about this? And I point towards the skull.
She looks at it. She looks at you. Yes, I am aware of its origins.
Where do we have to take it back to? Back to where the rest of it is, or in the castle? Or? I can't remember.
Argenvost is where we have to take it back to.
The castle.
The castle.
Look. Can you put big things in a bag of holding, or does it have to be fit in like the opening?
Yes.
Oh god.
Yeah, technically we could
Use the power.
portal physics it if you reduce it and then we put it in a bag of holding.
Oh, that's fair. Then it'll be big. Okay, I will do.
Yeah.
I get one per day. I can reduce its size up to halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8 of the normal. One category from medium to small, for example. Is that?
Would you allow us to fit what would be a medium thing into a bag of holding?
Well, technically it would go medium to small because it was built for one rider. So I would say yes.
Okay.
We got this.
Because I think horses are medium, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look.
Yeah, but it's a dragon skull, isn't it?
Large.
Yeah, but it's a dragon skull.
It's just the skull.
That's
Horses
bigger than a
are
horse.
large. So then, yeah. So I would be large to medium. But
Or I could enlarge the bag.
Anybody have animating performance? Too soon?
wah, wah. Let me check one thing real quick.
Okay. Well, Laura, we would like to take this with us because we feel like it's the right thing to do to drop it off where it's supposed to be. It's kind of crappy and mean to leave it here in the mud. Do you have any suggestions or ideas on how we can take it with us?
Let me check what level spellcaster she is.
Infinity
You would
and
happen to
beyond.
be a
She's
bard, would you?
Really?
She What does she have? Did you, just out of curiosity, because I was thinking, did you tell her where you're trying to take it?
I said where it belongs.
Okay.
Because it's kind of shitty to leave it here in the mud.
She comes and she examines it and examines you and says, "Where would you like it to go?"
Argenvost, if possible.
She puts a hand on it and she kind of like looks and waits expectantly for everyone.
Oh.
I'll walk over.
See what she's doing?
I will do it too, but I push.
Mim puts her hand on the skull.
I'd recommend doing as she does.
I'll do it.
Andor puts her hand on his hand on the skull.
She could kill us all right here, right now. How are we feeling, Joseph?
Jarek will just slowly put his hand on the skull.
And then Alistair, your hand on the skull.
Yep.
You watch as she closes her eyes and the two other eyes open and there's a flash. All of you feel a lurch. And the group of you are now no longer at the foot of the hut. The skull is no longer with you. And instead, you are standing in what appears to be a very different portion of the swamp at the foot of multiple obelisks, and Laura is no longer there.
What? Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Allow me to...
Do you think she maybe she went to drop it off for us? Oh.
Are Fanes known to be delivery people?
You know, great question. I also have no idea where we are now in the swamp, but great. I mean, she said east, right? East? So we're east of where we were. Great.
I don't really know what just happened.
I'm going to send Doctor Who straight up to see if I can get any idea.
All right. You send Doctor Who straight up, and as Doctor Who breaks the tree line, pouring rain, thudding all over him. It's very difficult to see, and he's actually struggling to stay airborne. He manages to make it up just enough to see that the river is west of him, which means that you guys have traveled complete to the opposite side of the river that you guys came down. But he's unable to get very high or see very far due to the rain. So that's about...
I'm going to dimension door 500 feet in the air.
Okay. You dimension door 500 feet in the air. You are immediately soaking wet. Let me pull up that hex map for you real quick. Oop. Actually, give me half a second to set it where it is. All right. And then configure. What's in here? Set. Cool. Ignore that. This is for view's sake. All right.
Okay, so we're fucking far from where we just were.
Yes, very.
We're far.
Here, it's not letting me do all the vision that I cleared already, so let me just clear it again.
Holy oh, okay.
You stumbled on stones again and again.
We keep stumbling on this ancient stone circle.
Again.
Yeah.
All right.
Also,
You're there.
I love that Andar can't see shit, so he's just like, fuck it, and like falls backward through a dimension door, and it's just falling from the sky.
Very wet. Big fall.
Much vision.
Yeah, you get the idea. This is the river.
Oh, the river that we came down on?
Yes. This
Oh.
blue is the river.
There's no... Oh, like the dark shadowy. I see. There's no... Oh, the blue you're clicking. Awesome.
This, yeah, all this color.
Oh, so it actually is a swamp. The whole time I thought it was a bog.
What's the difference?
But yeah, so you dimension door into the air, you basically fall back, come out of a portal in the sky, you're immediately soaking wet, you're falling at high speed, but you can see that off to the west of you, the river is rushing, and off to the east is more land. And that basically the little tributaries that you guys, when you were first sailing down, and there was the larger section that kind of went southwest, and then the little tributary that went southeast, you're right near where that fork was. Just north of it, probably maybe a quarter of a mile. You can see through kind of swirls of fog, but that's about the extent of your vision range. And then you're falling.
I'm gonna wait until I get to about the tree line and cast fly on myself,
All right.
and then float down. Kind of forgot that I had unprepared Featherfall.
Oh,
Oh,
I was curious. I was like, you could use Featherfall. That's fantastic. I love that so much.
Oopsie whoopsie.
You see, I was expecting the feather fall. I wasn't expecting fly. I'm like, that's an odd choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was also expecting a Featherfall.
You go to cast. Fuck.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I probably could have just cast fly and shot straight up instead of the dimension door thing and saved the spell slot. But, you know, here we are.
doesn't seem very wizardly. Wait.
To overdo things doesn't seem wizardly.
Kill 2 stones with 1 bird.
There you go.
All right. Well, he falls. Why do you have 600
Oh.
concentration?
When, I don't know, when you cast a concentration spell, the little emblem next to fly has a little gif of a little arrow spinning around and around.
Oh, weird. We see you with 600 concentration. But anyway.
That's 600 seconds. So it's.
Oh,
10
is that what it
minutes,
is? Oh,
Six-
that's cool. All right. So,
right? That's cool. Yeah, I did.
while he falls, the rest of you are standing in front of the circle of stones. A dozen moss-covered mimirs form a near-perfect circle in the spongy earth. These weathered stones range in height from 15 to 18 feet tall, and a couple of them lean inward as if to share some great secret with their inscrutable neighbors. A wary-looking peasant woman... No, sorry. Ignore that.
Hey, there's more pixie. Are there the pixie fairies? Not fair.
But yeah, so a couple of them lean inward. There are these large 15 to 18 feet stones.
I'm gonna take. Oh wait, before Alistair walks away, I'm gonna take the heart out and hand it to him, and say,
Oh.
I'm just, there you go.
Oh.
I'm just gonna, just in case anything happens, I feel like I should just not be visible for a second. Maybe I shouldn't be the one
fair.
to do whatever we need to do. I don't even know what we need to do here. Here we go. One of you.
Well, the eerie looking spot in the center sure gives me a good idea. And I'll start making my way.
Wait a minute. Stealth, I guess. if there's a shadow, I guess I can find next to one of the obelisks, like on the outer part.
Okay.
So glad that was Mim. I thought that was Ryan, and I was terrified.
As you walk in, you see that the circle is about 100 feet across, and anybody who is walking in, if you would like, you can roll me a intelligence check.
Oh, if you would like. Well, yeah, I guess.
Am I with them or am I still coming down?
You've landed. You're with them, so you can follow as you will.
I mean, you don't have to fully land if you want to fly for a bit.
Yeah, that's your thing.
All right, so Kirik and Alistair, you guys see... Well, I guess actually, Kirik, you haven't seen those stones. So, Alistair, you are able to identify that these stones can have rudimentary similarities between these ones and the ones that are at Old Bone Grinder. The stones to the north, west, south, and east are taller than the other 8 stones, and they have weather-worn glyphs carved into them that represent different animals.
Well,
And
Yeah,
Darn
we've
Mim,
seen
you guys
this before.
also clock that.
I guess I'll put this back. As I walk up to this, I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
Just in case.
Can I, as he's walking up, I just want to like look around, check the surroundings, if I know, get you.
Mm-hmm.
Perception?
Perception.
20.
All right, with 20, you look around. You don't see anything particularly concerning. You do see that some of the smaller stones, considering you're hiding behind one, each stone has a different animal. So there's one that has a bear, one that has an elk, a hawk, a goat, an owl, a panther, a raven, and a wolf. All as you kind of look around the circle.
By the way, did Andar tell us where we were located? Like, did he?
I relayed the information that I saw,
Cool.
or would have, I suppose.
Cool.
I'll take the heart in my hand and look around the group for any objections.
Irina's gonna get close.
I'm just gonna shrug.
How high, how tall are these obelisks?
They are the tall, I'm gonna start that sentence over. They are ranging between 15 to 18 feet. The four at the top, west, east, and south, the cardinal directions, are the ones that are 18. Whereas the rest of them are slightly shorter, and some of them are all some of them are tilted.
Mm-hmm.
This thing in the center, pole or like altar?
It appears to be a kind of warty stump.
Can I just place the heart in the middle of it?
You can.
I will do so.
All right, so you go and you lay the heart in the center. And as you put your hand on it, vines whip from the ground and encase your hand, holding the heart in place. And a sort of wavering barrier seems to form around the circle. Andar, you watch as the rest of the 4 of them inside the circle completely fade out from view.
Oh, God.
Dope.
And you are now looking at an empty circle.
Great.
The 4 of you, on the other hand, everything around you seems to take on a blue, mysterious haze. And Andar fades out from view outside the circle. Here, I'll reverse this. And as everything becomes... The fog seems to kind of roll in, and the blue... Everything kind of takes on this blue, wispy tint to it. You notice that on the 4 large pillars are white phase spiders that crawl down towards the center of the circle. I need something more appropriate for this. We'll try this. This will be.
When they fade out, can I try to just like pick up a rock and toss it in?
You can. As you do, it vanishes.
Gonna draw his weapon.
Oh, I am super happy I cast Armor of Agathis, being as I cannot move.
Yes, you are in fact restrained. Let me.
The spider. We put the heart back, and then the spiders are coming for us.
They seem to be moving towards the center.
But the spiders are friends of the swamp feint, so.
We don't know.
Okay.
Can I go up to the very edge and just like very delicately poke at it?
You can. And you poke in and you feel like this this coldness seep into your hand as you kind of poke into it.
Is it like a hurdy coldness?
It's like if you think as if you like poked into a bucket of ice water, but a little less sudden and not as harsh. Like almost like cold mist. If you put your hand into a room much colder than the one that you're in.
Mm-hmm. So.
I'm gonna try to step in.
All right, Andar steps forward, and in doing so, fades into the circle.
Cool.
There we go.
It's Baba's heart, right?
The spiders crawl down each of the poles and
Are we in initiative
moving
order?
towards the stuff.
Oh Lord, can we be in initiative order?
If you'd like to be.
Yeah.
I mean, can I act right now?
You're restrained, but you've got one hand free.
Okay, then bonus action, manifest echo.
Okay.
Like here.
Poof.
And I'm going to look at him very frightened and swap places with him.
Wow.
Boop.
That's.
He looks back at you, and you feel it. You feel that.
I look at him and I go, "You can't be restrained."
Oh, so he's free.
He pulls
he's
his
free.
hand. He can't be restrained. He pulls his hand off the heart and flips you off.
Yeah, that's fair.
Are the spiders going for the heart, maybe? Should you guys, like, back away now? See if they're gonna... Oh, God, please get away from the spiders. Guys, are you gonna move?
I'll beckon him towards me.
He flies that way. Irina's drawn her rapier.
I have my bow, or my crossbow bow ready. Aimed at this spider if it's gonna attack one of my friends.
Okay. Mim's holding a bolt.
Yeah, I guess after that already sort of sunlight, I don't really think we need to fight, hopefully, but...
Kirik, you moved there. What are you doing real quick?
Just holding his sword, looking at them.
All right. The spiders crawl up very close to each of you, but do not appear to be paying attention. And then they descend upon the stump and begin to devour through the vines.
I hope that's the right thing.
And as they do so, where is the thing? Is that in the play? Doesn't appear to. We'll do this then. As they dive upon the vines and start tearing and ripping into the heart, this rumble begins beneath the stump, and the four spiders seem to fade out, and the fog begins to roll in from the outside of the obelisks, first taking over Mim and Andar as they are right on the edge, completely obscuring their vision, before rolling in towards the center with Irina and Kirik and Alistair. And just as it begins to roll and you see it overtake your friends, you turn to view it and it rolls upon you, your vision clouding, the fog cold and wet upon your skin. And then the fog swirls to reveal what appears to be a sunny courtyard, filled with men in various states of armor and aristocratic dress. They're all facing the courtyard center, their attention drawn by two men in a heated duel, their long dark hair tied back in war buns and their blades flashing in the sun. It takes only a moment to realize that these men are Sergei and Strahd, bearing the same youth you witnessed upon your consecration of the Forest Fane. Sergei is smiling wide, while Strahd's visage is a tight face of concentration and focus, a frown, the younger wielding a long sword, while Strahd himself is dual-wielding a short sword and a parrying dagger. Sergei swings with surprising speed, and with a flash, Strahd blocks the blow, just barely. Sergei breaks off before Strahd can thrust with his dagger and assumes a guarded stance, his grin widening. Strahd's head tilts ever so slightly before he dives to Sergei's left. As Sergei moves to block, however, Strahd feints to the right, ducking under Sergei's guard, and in one swift motion, knocks back Sergei's sword arm and brings his dagger up just below Sergei's breast. The two pause, and Sergei nods. The crowd erupts in applause. The two men separate and bow to each other. But the cheering is interrupted by a cry. "My lord! We found a bandit camp!" The fog swirls again, and a new scene is revealed with Strahd, Sergei, and a bald, broad-mustached man you recognize from the previous vision as Sir Alex Gwillem, who helped save Strahd from assassination. All ride forth into a clearing, as well as a woman upon a horse. They all seem to be speaking softly, and they're beneath the face of Mount Gaucus. The air is chill as the wind sweeps down from the mountain face. Suddenly, men burst forth from the bushes, and in a flurry they are rushed upon and a fight breaks out. The bandits begin to fall one by one, and Strahd rises from his assailant before scanning his surroundings. All of the bandits lay dead, save for one that Sergei seems to be toying with, but another glance causes Strahd to realize that Sir Gwillem is missing. He dashes from the clearing, following tracks on the ground, and comes to a turn in which the path overlooks a sharp drop. The bandit lies dead on the road, but Strahd pays him no heed and scrambles to the edge where he sees Sir Gwillem lying spread eagle on the stone below, a breadth away from a fall to his death. His breath is labored, but he appears uninjured. Strahd leans over the edge and reaches for him. "Don't," Alex says. "I'll draw you down too." Strahd grabs one wrist, but the ground beneath them shifts and Sir Alex slides dangerously towards the edge. "Don't move, damn you," Strahd hisses, but another piece of earth falls away between the knight's feet. He mutters a curse or maybe a prayer as they both begin to slide forward. Strahd is stretched taut now and his face is flushed with blood rush from the awkward angle. "Let me go," Alex breathes. "Let me die alone." "No," Strahd curses. "I have no wish to kill you, my lord," Alex says tersely, his face white. "Shut." I'm mixing up my accents. "Shut up." They slide again, Sir Alex's chest dangling over the abyss below, another inch. Then a pause. Both men are frozen, neither able to move. Alex reaches for the knife on his belt. "Better me alone than both of us." "You would draw my blood, Commander." "Only a drop or two if it spares the rest, my lord." "I forbid it." "I die a traitor then." He raises his knife when suddenly Sergei appears, grabbing Strahd's legs and pulling. The two men are lurched towards land and Sir Alex takes the opportunity to clamber back to safety. The three men collapse, panting. Again, the fog overtakes your vision, swirling over your face. And suddenly, a new visage appears, Ravenloft looming above you and Strahd standing upon its steps as a carriage arrives beneath him. This seems awfully similar to the arrival of Sergei, and to your surprise, Sergei does exit, his smile wide as he turns to and lifts his hand towards the carriage. But this time, the hand is greeted by another reaching from the carriage, and he helps a woman step forth. Strahd's eyes grow wide. The woman wears a simple gown, and her copper hair falls in waves to her neck. Sergei gently leads her up the steps. "Strahd, this is Tatiana." She curtsies slowly. There's a long pause. The woman blushes. Strahd regains his composure and takes her hand. "Welcome to Castle Ravenloft, Tatiana. May you look upon this place as your true home forevermore." She smiles and Strahd's face grows soft. But then she turns to look at Sergei, and a shadow falls over Strahd's face. Darkness covers the landscape. The night is dark and stormy. Thunder cracks outside of a window, and Strahd, in his study, pores over a tome, seemingly drinking in each page with near desperation. He flits from page to page, searching, reading, flipping, until he stops. The page reads, "A spell for obtaining the heart's desire." His eyes grow wide, but with a sputter, the candle goes out. Darkness fills the room. Silence. Then, a roar, a slam. Strahd throws the book into a table, a yell of despair rising from his lips as he sinks from the floor. And then a voice.
"That is a very old book. You ought to handle it more carefully."
Strahd whirls in the darkness. Who's there?" "You ought to know. You called me." The voice takes on the semblance of Irina. No, Tatiana. But the tone is not hers. It's foreign, strange. "I heard your hate. I'm here to grant you what you desire." "Tatiana, show yourself," he says, whirling in the dark. A laugh echoes from the chamber, this time Sergei's voice. "You could not tolerate the sight." The laughs grow, a cacophony of voices. Strahd covers his ears and sinks to his knees. "You called me? Don't you want your heart's desire?" The word heart's desire seemed to echo in the room, bouncing off the walls.
Heart's desire, heart's desire, heart's desire.
"Or will you let her go?" Sergei's voice asked. Will you let me go? Tatiana's voice asks. What do you want of me? Strahd cries into the darkness. Nothing beyond your means or skill. Again, the words echoes and bounce, differing voices repeating the phrase. Sergei, Tatiana, Sir Alex. What are you? The voices merge, then separate. Above him, through him, the darkness takes on a weight, thick, dark, and formless. Strahd's breathing becomes strained, and the voices laugh. The darkness forms into one large shape, looming over Strahd in the shadows. Have you come for me? I have come on your behalf. The creature speaks, using all the voices at once.
You have fed me well. You are due your reward. I shall remove the rival from your path. You shall age not one day more if you do as I tell you. Nothing beyond your means or skill.
The last words repeated again, this time the voice of Tatiana. Nothing beyond your means or skill. The room grows still, the only noise the thunder and rain upon the glass pane and Strahd's labored breathing. The darkness wants an answer. Moments pass, and Strahd looks up. What must I do? The darkness laughs, and the fog rolls back. And you find yourself once again standing in the circle. The spiders are gone. The heart is gone. And in front of you stands a woman, but not the woman you recognize. Now, the woman is in a gossamer gown, and her pale skin seems to shimmer in the mist. Her hair, black and coiled, with spiny protrusions coming from her head, 6 black eyes blinking at you. And you are standing before what you recognize as the Weaver.
What did she say? Said she's just there.
She's standing there. Half a second while I fix one thing. Cool. Here we go. Why is that not working?
I think Kirik pulls out his holy symbol in the shape of the raven's head. And he kind of just murmurs to it like,
This is what you sent me here for? This is a teenager who can't get over his first crush. I'm too old for this.
You do not seem to get a response from the pendant. But the Weaver stands before you. I can't seem to fucking fix her appearance for some reason. It's glitched in some way, shape, or form. So I guess I'll just use... Can I just drag this in? No.
Do you need to
Sorry.
reset the scene?
I don't know. It's not taking the image.
Can you create it like a new token and just
That's what I'm
use
trying to
that?
do, yeah.
See?
It basically says I must select a file, and then when I upload the file, it doesn't actually take it.
That girl, lady, Tatiana or whatever, sounds sort of like you, Irina.
Oh God.
Fair. Fair, valid conversation we should have had.
Yeah.
Irina's kind of clenching her knuckles. Yeah, that's something we'll have to discuss, I think.
Oh, were you his rebound or something?
Question, do we want to bathroom break while you try and fix this?
That'll
Is that
work.
cool?
Oh my God, yes, please. I really need.
That's perfect.
yeah.
I'm refreshing my page to see if that'll fix it. All right, we're back. So you guys stand in this circle, and standing before you is this towering figure of this woman with 6 black eyes and pale skin, and her hair woven in black strands around her head. And she's wearing a gossamer silken dress. And she stands with her hands poised. She nods at you. The stump is gone, and she's standing basically in the center where it was.
I guess I'll come closer a little bit.
Anyone say anything?
I'm gonna wait to see if any of them say anything.
After a moment's pause, she speaks up. As I said, you helped me, and now I help you. 3 questions of your choice. What knowledge do you seek?
I come closer and I look at Alistair and our Arena. Kira. You guys want to discuss this real fast? What do we need to know? What?
It's a loaded question. At this point, we're at the point where we don't know what we don't know. We don't really have anything open at the time.
She the last.
No, there's one more.
There's one more. You've helped out the Huntress, and now you've helped out the Weaver. You still need to find the Seeker and deal with that Fane.
I guess a point in the right direction to that would be a start.
Also, I'm just gonna above table. This is an opportunity for basically any question about the past. You know that the Weaver is a specialist of the past. Any event that has recurred up to this point, you can seek clarity on, and she will elucidate for you. So if there's any sort of like formative events or
Well, okay. So Strahd did whatever he had to do for what was the old scary shadow guy? Which was, what are those called? The ones that when we went to the
Dark
in the
Powers.
mountain? Yeah, the Dark Powers. Which one was released? By...
Vampire.
It was Vampire that we released?
Yeah, that's who. That is. I mean, our characters know this. That's who we just saw in the vision.
Yeah.
Well, so
Vampire.
Vampire is the one who was released prior. The one that you guys released. Let me look at my notes here.
Oh, it was the pestilence one. I forget her name.
Correct. I'm looking to see.
That our friend who was dead on the sign.
Mr. E.
No.
Oh. Who?
The Vistani that we had with us.
The dark elf.
The elf.
Casimir.
Yeah. Casimir, I think, caused the pestilence dark one to.
No, that was Alice.
No, that was me.
Why'd you do
We're in
that?
a room full of dark powers, and you think I'm not gonna fuck with it?
No.
That's why I did it.
Beckray,
Okay.
the Queen of Poxes.
Okay. That one was released. Vampire. They were before. Strahd went. Did Strahd
Well,
go and
hold on.
release
Actually,
Vampire?
correction. Beckray's whole thing was that you were led there by Vilnius. Vilnius had the amulet. He was dying of disease. He freed Beckray. And then Alistair's thing was.
Wait, who freed the pestilence one?
There was a dude that you found in the Amber Temple that you guys were walking around with.
Right. Okay, we found.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it got released because of me, but that is the one that I talked to. The other one that was talked to was by Casimir.
But we didn't release two.
Well, no. So
No,
you
we did
released
not.
you released Beckra with the guy, and then you were in.
Yeah.
Actually, you didn't find out which one that you were messing with, but you were messing with one of the things to try and see if you could like commune with it, and Andar pulled you out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Casimir tried to mess with the one in
Also, I'd like to point out this was pre getting my soul back.
Oh, okay. Fair.
So you're only slightly less broody.
Exactly.
Casimir was trying to take the power of Zudun, who was the corpse star, and he was trying to do it in order to resurrect his sister. Because his sister was killed by Strahd as one of his consorts. And he was interfered with by the mage.
Mm-hmm. But okay.
Heinrich Stolt.
Mm-hmm. The dark powers that were in the Ember Temple. Vampire was out. It was already a broken like amber, and that was one of the ones that was already out when we were there, right? So it had been released by Strahd or before Strahd, or had it been captured after Strahd? I can't remember. And then broke out, or like what was? I don't remember all that.
So it was broken out before you got there. I don't think you ever found out the specifics of how it was broken out. But
Didn't we find out that he went there to like study?
correct. He
Yeah.
met Mr. E
Mm-hmm.
and became friends with Mr. E and was visiting the temple all the time, seeking knowledge.
Yeah. And then the tome he was reading in the vision we saw, was that familiar?
It was not, but anyone who can use magic, roll me a Arcana check.
Holy fuck, 21. That was a good roll.
Well, all right. So everybody but Mim. And then, Kirik, did you roll?
Would it be relevant in this case? He didn't meet the people at the Amber Temple or anything.
Correct. So, basically everybody but Mim and Kirik. The tome appears to be just kind of a standard spell tome. It didn't have anything definitive about it. And it didn't even really seem to be all that notable of a book. But you can gather that it definitely had some dark magic in it.
I was just trying to figure out if he had gotten the tome from Temple or, but I don't think. But,
Yeah, did we see the scene in which that takes place? Was it was that one in Ravenloft, like a room that we were familiar with, or was it in Amber Temple?
So the scene in which he was reading the tome was in his study, which you guys had the meeting.
Okay.
with him.
We've been in. Okay. Well, because I thought that Strahd had broken Vampire out of the excuse me, but from that scene it seemed like it was already out, and then just the want and the hatred that Strahd had seemed to be what summoned him. Was what am I
I would assume yes, being as the one that broke while we were there. She didn't stick around, right? So
Yeah.
that might have just been the case. But also, I don't know how much. If we have 3 questions, I don't know how much of that's relevant information, to be completely honest.
So I'm trying to bring it back to the fact that, I mean, if we have to kill Strahd, from what we know, Strahd technically was punished, and that's now he's also trapped, right? So if we kill Strahd, that's not necessary. Is that gonna just fix Barovia and let us go home? No.
Well, we have a pretty
We
good
don't know.
idea that there has to be a replacement.
Exactly.
Because
there has
that's-
to be a replacement. Sorry.
Right, but that's why Sten left, right?
There's a lot of context I seem to be missing, but I would ask you before her. Maybe we want to know if Strahd's power comes from a patron. Can the patron just bring him back if we kill him?
Good. Don't know, right? We also don't know how to kill him. And
I
then,
think we have a good idea, right?
well, everything we found out wasn't factual. It was hypotheses. And then some of what we knew came from the book that Fake Strahd had. Who was Fake Strahd? What was his name?
Vasily.
Vasily. That he gave us false information right?
We remind you did see Vasily and Strahd in the same room.
Yeah. We don't believe. He's strong. He's a strong, scary, powerful guy. He could make a fake him.
But also, well, the characters don't have confirmation. Us as players have a pretty good idea that the person who wrote that book we met,
Was
the motherfucker with the tiger.
yeah. What was? This is what happens when we've been playing too long. He hates us. He's supposed to be our friend, the man with the monkey.
Rictavio.
Octavio. Yeah.
The bard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick and I are both 100% certain that Rictavio is Van Richten.
I think we did somehow. I think we clarified that at some point, but I'm not.
No, he denies it every time.
Okay.
Every single time. Even though we've said to his face, this is who you are, he still goes, no, it's not me. Fuck that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the Vistani killed him.
Wow.
He sucks.
He was supposed. Well, we also like knocked down his entire tower. He didn't trust us. You gotta be a little patient for him. But okay.
I will stay quiet on the subject. We'll talk about that post campaign.
Yeah. We want to know. Okay. I'm just doing a little list of the things we could possibly ask then. I like that. I feel like she's just probably like, hey, I got places to be. Like, come on, can we this huddle hurry up? Okay. Can. That.
Do we know what we have to do for that third Fane?
No,
You
I
guys
think
have
probably
a
our
hint.
strongest.
You guys have a hint from Mr. E. Let me pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
According to your notes on the Mountain Fane, getting in contact with the Mountain Fane will be the most difficult because she tends to be the most guarded, the shyest, the hardest to find. She deals with destiny in the future. She's looking into oneself and choices focused. To reconsecrate, you have to face the darkest parts of oneself, which is arguably the most difficult trial. She represents the future and is associated with eyes and the sky and fortune telling. And the Yesterhill obelisk featured a figure with a large amulet around her neck and a face of a raven looking towards the sky. And the poem associated was, my lady watches for the weather. She knows the road and where it wends. She knows the stars and those they tether, all beginnings and all ends. Those are your notes. Also, Bone Grinder Burb, in case that's helpful.
Was that was those notes?
That was that was right next to Mountain Fane.
Guys, this is why I'm not the note taker. I suck at this. I'm trying so hard. Okay.
Here's the issue. Nick was.
I know. Well, I'm trying. Anyway. Okay.
Let's genie her and say, what 2 questions should we ask? Make her answer the damn.
Well, she mostly deals with the past, right? And memories. Because the next Fane we deal with apparently deals with the future.
Mm-hmm.
So she can give us clarification probably on past type thing. But
Essentially, broken down to kind of a reductive level.
Mm-hmm.
Each Fane is past, present, and future, and land, sky, and time. Well, not in that order. It's technically, so it would be past, present, future, time, land, sky would be the correct pairings. They're ancient druidic fae that were worshipped by the old druids and the mountain people before Strahd showed up. And Strahd not only screwed up the religion and eradicated most of its followers, but tainted the survivors into following him instead, and desecrated their holy sites for stripping them of their power and claimed it for his own. So by reconsecrating these places, you are removing power from him over the region and reclaiming it to these ancient fae folk. And then as far as the specialty of the Weaver, she is the Weaver of Fate. She is the chronicler of events. And therefore, she is able to elucidate any sort of historical information that might be relevant to you on your journey. Which you found out a decent amount about from your travels. You've pieced together a lot of stuff. But if there's any gray areas on anything, Argynvostolt, Strahd, even Kresk, Sergei, Irina, any of Irina's iterations, the curse, Barovia's a land, Barovia before the curse, the Mad Mage, literally any any topic within the bounds of Barovia relevancy before or after the curse befell Strahd, you're able to clarify here.
So, like, which tavern has the best foods?
Yeah.
Historically, you could ask that.
Which, yeah. Irina, is there anything you would like us to ask?
I mean, there are definitely answers I could seek, but I don't want to. I don't feel it would be fair of me to assert myself like that.
Well, you're not. I offered you to tell us. I'll just write it down and then we can do a vote.
Well, I wonder how many of me there've been. We know of at least 4. But you know, considering I've recently discovered that perhaps my fate is not my own, that's compelling. Or even beyond that, how many of my previous iterations have died at Strahd's hand? How many, what ways have I perished? How did the details of Tatiana's original passing? But I feel a great deal of those questions are likely more personal than are useful.
I'm going to say above table, I'm team give this to Irina because I'm not murky on anything in the histories that we've learned so far.
Well, that's fair. I think before we finalize the questions, because I feel like this is a pretty big opportunity to just get an answer if we're missing it, and I'm worried that my forgetfulness is making it so I'm not thinking of a good question to ask. I'm fine. I think one of the questions could be an Irene. I think that'd be good. But just quick recap of we kill Strahd, someone still has to replace Strahd, but what is that solving? Because I would like to maybe ask questions on how have the dark powers been defeated before, right? Or how do you defeat the dark power versus the person or the...
I believe what that's solving is control, right? Because Strahd is the one who controls who comes and goes. He's trapped here, but he lets the Vistani in now. So we know that he has direct power over who comes and leaves. Yeah. So but somebody...
ultimately, we also want the curse to end that's causing people to be born in, right? Is that a Strahd thing that's causing that?
No, that's Vampire.
So that's Vampire. So we need to figure out a way to somehow still defeat Vampire. Either not, I don't know how that works or if there's a way to even do that.
I don't think there is. No, that is beyond the birth of the campaign setting.
I will also throw out there that in terms of the campaign as a whole, we are approaching the near-ish end. Obviously, you guys still have stuff to do, but we're in the we're barreling towards endgame, right? Of we're in the late mid to early endgame zone. Mm-hmm. And there is kind of a above table question for you as players that will kind of determine if you are to go the vampire route of questioning of that realm, of the ending of the campaign could be a couple different things. And there is the as written ending, and then there is the quote unquote community expanded ending. And they both have pros and cons. But one thing that I want to talk through with you guys as players is what sounds the most satisfying to you / what sounds the most compelling for you to work towards, because I don't want to pick one and have you guys ultimately be frustrated with the result. And that question would determine adjust some of the nature of the vampire questions. So if you do go that route, just know that there may be some discussion in terms of like the end, right? That we might have to cover before you get a straight answer.
Let's say we kill Strahd, Sten takes over in Strahd's place. And Sten's like, cool, I'll let everybody out. So then he lets all of us leave. Is that, like, would that, I mean, because, like, ultimately, yes, we all want to get out and get home, but, like, are we killing Strahd so that whoever is then replacing Strahd gonna let us out, or are we killing Strahd to save the citizens of Barovia?
Both, I think.
Okay. And how did we figure out that whoever needs to be, that Strahd needs to be replaced? Yeah, like
the champions at Amber Temple.
Right. Okay. Champion of the Dark. But isn't it the do they choose their own champions, or can the champions find them like how Strahd summoned?
It's typically made through a pact or deal, kind of like warlocks.
Yeah. So the leader of Barovia doesn't have to be a vampire patron or a person champion.
I think it just kind of comes with the ground, right?
I mean, it doesn't have to be. So like as an example of how Sten left, if Sten's gonna go be vampire's champion or whatever.
That also assumes that becoming vampire's champion doesn't corrupt you and turn you evil.
It probably. But that doesn't. But then anyone else can still be in charge of Barovia.
Yes, which technically it should be probably like Ismark or Irina, right?
Markov family. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Who knows? Who's to say? Can vote democracy.
I will say you know enough that you know the dark powers corrupt.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. If the the pact that Strahd made with Vampire, it caused Sergei to die, right?
Well, it can probably. The way I inferred it is he said the whole thing that we just heard was nothing outside of your means. So what solidified the pact was probably Strahd killing Sergei in battle. And therefore, Strahd came to power as the champion.
Right. And then, but what was Strahd supposed to receive in return?
Tatiana. The ability to have Tatiana.
Yeah.
And the way that came about is now he's trapped in Barovia, reliving it over and over because Irina keeps getting brought back.
Yeah. But, okay. The pact does, technically he still hasn't even gotten his side of the bargain of that pact, because if that was what he was supposed to get.
Well, it's like a genie wish. Technically, he is getting it over and over and over and over again. And it's always just out of his reach.
And so that's what I'm saying is he the ability, he keeps getting the ability over and over to get her. He never gets her.
Barovia is Strahd's prison.
Get her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we kill him, then does their pact just end and then there's no prison for it? Because Barovia wasn't shrouded in clouds before, right? That wasn't the way it was.
Well, that's up for interpretation, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm like, well.
Technically, we're in a domain of dread.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys know that in game, though.
Well, that's what. Well, I guess what I'm saying is then, like, who's causing all of the citizens to be trapped? Is it because Vampire gave Strahd the power to decide who can come and go?
I would assume
Strahd's
yes. Yeah, Strahd is trapped.
So
The one
Strahd
sole
wanted, he
person that
could let
absolutely cannot
everybody
leave.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he doesn't want that. He wants people to suffer with him.
But before Strahd became this champion, people could come and go as they pleased from Barovia.
Correct. It was attached to the Forgotten Realms. It was basically just like, think of it like Orange County. Like it was just like an area. It was just an area that existed, and then this happened, and it literally got separated from the realm that it was originally attached to.
Okay, so will killing
was a
Strahd help attach this to the realm it belongs to?
Probably not, but it will end the campaign. Is the answer I have for you.
Great.
If we're having over the table conversations right now, I think Carrick would want to know if it's possible to free the souls of Barovia if they kill Strahd. Or if they're just forever doomed because of where they were born.
I will also throw out that question also depends on the ending. Is this a good time to discuss that? Would you guys like to discuss that now?
I think we need to, right?
Yeah,
I think we need
so.
to.
Okay.
If it depends on that.
Let me put it I'll without spoiling anything, right?
Yeah.
There are two versions of the ending out there. I mean, there's a million versions of the ending, but the two main versions of the ending. The version as written, in very, like, Curse of Strahd style, is dark and horror vibes. And it's not exactly a feel-good ending. And that is the canon ending. That ending also is more Strahd-centric, without spoiling anything. The alternative is a little bit brighter and sunnier, but is less Strahd-centric, and is a more satisfying ending in terms of like traditional storytelling. But A, it takes a decent chunk of the onus off of Strahd, and B, it it's debated whether it undermines some of the agency of the campaign or of Strahd's arc.
Does it not then become a level 20 campaign?
What?
Like strictly talking about table. Like
which one?
I assume that the other ending is fighting Vampire, right? Which I can't imagine anything less than level 20 characters doing that. It's a fucking god.
Well, so no. Dark powers aren't gods, and technically Vampire is a vestige of a dark power, not a dark power himself. It is a dreadlord, but not a full god. But
I feel like it seems like what our goal wasn't just to go. It seems like it's like the campaign is meant to be like, all right, you go and you defeat Strahd and the campaign ends. And it's like, okay, well, like, what happens after? Is that actually the goal?
That's my point.
You know, and we don't necessarily need to play what happens, right?
No.
But it's one of those, like, the goal is killing the Strahd actually going to get us to what we wanted our goal to be, or is our goal just to kill Strahd so that
and I think that's part of my point is what ending we go for determines how much you care about the fate of Barovia beyond your actions. If the goal of the campaign is your character's story within Barovia, and once you guys set out what you accomplished to do, you're happy, then the canon ending is perfectly fine. But if if the fate of Barovia and all of its people and the souls within it and all of that is particularly important to you guys as players, again, without spoiling anything, the as written original ending is not particularly satisfying in that sphere because it is very gothic horror, and it is also very traditional 80s D&D, which was 40 years ago. And so now there is the alternative ending is more satisfying from a overall narrative perspective, but it shifts away from.
Well, I think what I want / what it seems like we've talked about is like, I don't want to just. Mim doesn't want to just escape and get home. Mim wants to help save Barovia.
Correct.
Right? And that doesn't. And if I don't know if I necessarily would want to fight Vampire. Like, I want to end the campaign so that we could do other stuff too, right? But like, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say it's important to my character, but not me as a player.
Yeah.
Like, I really would rather not play that long, to be honest.
Same.
I will say, neither ending is particularly longer than the other. Beyond like a couple hours. It's not like we're adding a month.
Yeah. The thing that is tough is it's like, well, I mean, Strahd was already bad-ish. Like, he was already corrupted with jealousy, and then I feel a little bit bad for him because people can be even more corrupt and become more evil based off of the influence. So, yes, a lot of what he's done is his choice. But I was like, is there a way to save him? I don't know if he deserves to be saved, but that is would be the other option. I feel like if you focus on getting vamp or whatever.
I think that would be very off book.
No, I don't want to. What are you guys feeling, or Adam and Joseph?
Yeah, Adam, you've been quiet.
Neither myself nor Andar particularly cares about saving Barovia.
You care more about getting out of Barovia?
Yeah. Or not. Like, he doesn't. Andar is not particularly interested in going home.
He's a leaf on the wind.
He might just stay in
Not Barovia, it's gross, but somewhere else.
You want to get out
He wants
of
to
Barovia.
leave, but he doesn't want to go home.
Yeah.
You can go,
His
but
home
you don't have to go home, but you can't
Andar.
stay here.
Mhm. Doesn't want to go home.
So do we want to put it to a vote?
No.
No.
I'll just whatever the group wants, I guess. Opinion. I feel
Well,
like
I think the vote would be to determine what the group wants because no one's being particularly assertive.
I feel like I kind of don't have a right to.
I think you do.
you're still
I
finished
fully think you do.
playing- Yeah. What story do you want? I don't know if I want to be like, I want this ending. I kind of want to be like, this is the type of story I would want, or the type of character I would hope I would be feeling like at the end. Whatever ending that be, and you have to figure that out, Ryan. But
I would be inclined to want to play kind of the ending version that was created after the original, because there's like a million people looking at something that's been around for a while and saying, no, we can improve on this.
Yeah,
I
I like that logic.
I like that logic too.
If everyone's cool with that, then that's how I'll lean answers. So
I'm cool as long as that doesn't add 3 months.
no, it
Then I'm
adds
cool
like
with that.
3 hours.
Cool.
Well, then I think I like the question that Joseph / Kirik had about, does killing Strahd save, or whatever version of that you need to add?
I will real quick, essentially to clarify, I don't even think it adds another session. I think it just makes the final session a couple hours longer, is essentially what it changes.
Yeah, I'm cool with that then.
Now repeat your question, Mim.
Does killing Strahd save the souls of Barovia? Should be one of our questions, right? For
Yeah.
the Fane. Don't ask.
I don't think we should ask any yes or no questions.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's smart. I guess we could ask like what
happens to.
What would killing Strahd accomplish in this land?
Very broad, yeah.
Is that what you guys want to go with?
Are we asking that now? Okay. Andar says it just like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Mim says to Andar, "Ooh, yeah, that's a really good idea. You should ask that. Go ahead, if you want."
I've got one.
Yes.
What exactly would killing Strahd accomplish here?
She pauses for a moment. This is a difficult question to answer, for it has never been done. But I can theorize. Would you like that to count for a question?
That's true. She is a history Fane.
Should we?
So that's she's basically being like, I can guess based off of my knowledge, but
which
technically,
we could also do.
And she does have a decent amount of knowledge. It's just basically
She's got a hell of a lot more knowledge than I do.
Well, it should be something about. I mean, we could still have her theorize, but why don't we make the question more about the parameters of the deal that I don't
you
know.
could
whatever.
ask a similar thing about like what occurred with the binding of the dark power. You could
Don't we kind of know that though, because it almost happened to me. I almost got bound to the other one.
Well, you had whisperings. You flirted with one. Flirting with one and having sex with one is a couple steps removed, if you will. There's a lot that happened.
What was it like for Strahd to have sex with Vampire? Okay. I mean,
It's a really smutty session.
Well, that was your analogy. If you guys want to just keep the same question and have her theorize, I feel like I've been dawdling on this for so long.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Whatever you.
I think it's often been said that history repeats itself, so why not?
Strahd has only perished once, and that was during his ascension to the Lord of this domain. But if my knowledge of dark powers were to be believed, the death of Strahd would cause a temporary reinstatement of Barovia. Fogs would likely part, and those that remain here would be able to wander freely for a time. But the Dark Lord's influence and the powers that fuel him would not be so easily snuffed out, as it were. It is likely that after a period of time, Strahd would regenerate, and upon doing so, would plunge the land into darkness once more, unless something was done to sever his connection or his source of power. Something to interfere with the machinations of the dark powers themselves.
I have a quick above table story plot hole problem.
Okay.
If severing the connection just brings this realm back to the Forgotten Realms, right? What if a city was built where it fucking was? Like, we're just gonna kill thousands of fucking people. That's a terrible idea.
Well, cough, cough. The reason there's that plot hole, cough, cough, is because ending one, cough, cough, is that Strahd only ever temporarily dies. Like, the dark powers and the beings that are associated with them, right, are beyond influence. And so killing Strahd lifts the fog, everyone's happy. Yay, we're done. You go and live your life. And then a couple months go by, and lo and behold, Barovia's gone again. And so, in-universe canon-wise...
But even in that ending, Barovia goes and basically, like, lands back where it was. Was there a hole where it was, or was...
I'm just going to assume 80s on this.
This is correct. Keep in mind, the 80s D&D was everything is separate, and all lore is islanded to the specific thing it's associated to, right? And so the world of D&D was not yet tapestried.
That's fair.
And also,
You're right.
again, this campaign was originally just a character grinder, like, dungeon campaign. This was similar to a Tomb of Annihilation of, like, the whole point of this campaign was that you lived. That was the original design. And because it's so cool and so deep, it's been reinvented time upon time upon time. But
okay, so what if he dies temporarily and then everyone in Barovia moves somewhere else? When he gets regenerated and takes back the land, is it just a barren, empty, deserted ghost town that he has lordship over now?
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go above. I'm assuming that's an above table question. I'm gonna go with. Have you ever tried to get somebody to just leave all of their belongings and home forever, especially when it's like suddenly way better than it was yesterday?
Also, like, most of the people here don't even have souls, right?
Yeah, like half.
Yeah. And, like, on top of that, adding to that question, because that's a really good question, is Irina's soul permanently linked to Strahd? Because whenever she dies, she comes back. So if she leaves, then she dies, and then Strahd gets revived, does her soul eventually go back to Strahd? Is she just permanently tortured for all eternity?
I think this campaign has a lot of plot holes.
In canon, the answer is yes.
That is so 80s.
She is a permanent torture device, forever linked to his existence.
Like, she's just an object. Like, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
No agency whatsoever.
That's why people were like, "This sucks. Let's fix this and change this campaign." Okay.
The game has evolved much in 40 years.
Society has evolved much.
Yes, that too.
Oh man.
Do we know exactly what we have to do to redo or reinstate or whatever the mountain fiend?
We don't, but we also don't know if she knows because she's.
We could ask her the events that took place in order to get rid of him, and
that would be good.
Reverse engineer.
Yeah.
Or her, or she,
or they.
Also,
it's the 80s. It's her.
I think we can ask that. I think we could, or we could also ask an Irina question if we wanted to. Still, we also could ask, how have the dark powers been defeated? How have the dark vestiges been defeated?
Well, they haven't. Well, we kind of know that they haven't. They've been encased in amber.
Correct. Which
and it was a bunch of wizards that did it.
Yeah, there were a bunch of there were wizards who built the Amber Temple, and they trapped the dark powers in the Amber vestiges. But then they got corrupted and killed each other, and the Amber Temple is empty because all of the wizards that built it got corrupted and fought each other to death.
Okay. So we can't do that. Amber is out of the question for us.
Except for Mr. E and Heinrich are mysteriously there.
What we do is we leave Andar with Bem for a few thousand years, and then Barovia will be fine.
All right, calm down. Chill.
Wait, so did she
Right.
finish answering the question of like what she thinks is gonna happen?
She said eventually it would be temporarily lifted and then it would go back if
Got it.
Strahd were to die, unless somebody severed his source of power or his connection to that source of power. In which
Got it.
case she doesn't know because that's never been done.
Got it.
I mean, do we know how powers or connections are severed between champions and their dark vestiges?
Death.
But it's not, because if he dies, the connection isn't severed because he comes back.
Would it be apt for us to ask if Strahd has ever been wounded? Like, what's the worst injury he's ever experienced, and how was it inflicted?
Does that help us?
I mean, it would help us if the answer is yes, he has been wounded. If the answer is just no, then we're fucked.
But
Yeah.
I mean, hasn't he died? Doesn't that imply he's been wounded?
Yeah, but before, or has he been wounded since he's been a vampire? I guess would be the question, right? But we're not necessarily.
That's a gamble question, but it is a good one if the answer is yes. Is the answer.
I mean, he's been around for how many centuries? Surely someone's landed a cheap shot or something.
Whether they lived in the 5 minutes surrounding that is probably also a good question.
Assumably not.
Yeah, this is difficult because I feel like currently we're in a spot where we could probably dispatch him, but any of the afterwards we're not equipped to deal with right now. We just don't have enough information, and I don't know if asking about the past can get us there. I'm sure it can. I just don't know as player how to ask those questions.
Well, I feel like it would be good knowledge. I was gonna say I don't even know how to word or ask or fight for or argue for that. We need to ask something about how to defeat or get rid of the connection between Vampire and Strahd, because killing Strahd doesn't sever that connection, from what we can assume and presume. Also, actually, from what this Fane theorized was that Strahd's just gonna come back and he'll plunge everything. So, I mean, if we, because if we kill Strahd, Vampire doesn't pick a new champion. Strahd is still the same champion, it's just regenerate.
Unless now NPC Sten can argue and
Vampire be like, hey, I'm better.
yeah, make a new deal, right? Yeah.
Yeah, make a new deal.
Which then I think it'd be like 3 months, but then like our Sten would be corrupted, right?
Yeah.
If he's not already. I didn't have, I mean, above table, because I've only told this to Andar. I wasn't able to really talk with him. It was more of a vision I was given through his dream, right?
No, that makes. Okay.
Do we have to ask these questions now?
No, that doesn't count as a question.
That's not a question. Wait.
That's not a question.
That was to the group. That wasn't to you. Sorry.
Don't mind us.
Did not even get it half.
Well, I
He
mean,
knows not of what he speaks.
I mean, you said it was to you guys, but either way, it's one of those things that, like, above table we could end the session and come back, but like as players, you're in front of the woman and she's in her place of power.
But if we were doing this not in the 2-3 year, how many years we've been doing it, we would have fresh memories of everything that's happened.
Correct.
And we'd be able to come up with our questions way quicker.
Correct.
And also in just real life, if someone just popped up and was just like, "Hey, I'll answer any 3 questions of anything that's ever happened in your life," it's
People
like,
would be
I agree. We could do it that, like, you would have to work your way back here, but that's a pain in the
That's
ass.
super lame.
I mean, I would like at least some form of direction on how to consecrate the mountain Fane if that is something we need to do and don't have any information on.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
That's fair. Yeah, we haven't gotten any clues. So
Because if we don't have that, then after we leave here, we're going where?
Mm-hmm. I'm
Well, first answer to that is Argynvost Holt.
because that's on the way back. If we go back up the same way we came down, right?
Mm.
Also,
Also, we have unfinished business there. We need to see what. We need to put the skull back in its spot, assuming she didn't exactly put it where it goes. We kind of just said Argynvost Holt, which is kind of my bad.
yeah.
Also,
what does putting it back do for us?
we don't know.
Oh,
I felt a heavy need to get it back there.
oh, okay.
Yeah, through divine intervention.
Well, there was
feeling,
a large plinth.
altar type.
There was an empty plinth that seemed to radiate a holy energy and had nothing on it.
And then we do have the gem that could go back to the.
Martikovs,
Mm-hmm.
which assumedly is where Sten is. Assumedly.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I'm good to. Well, can you show us the map again, Ryan? Or actually,
Yes.
hold on, it's in the Discord.
We can pull it up. Might as well. Map of Barovia. You are here. Actually, almost exactly.
So we want to go back up to Argynvost.
We can actually remove these. If I can get them.
But so we know that there's a top of the mountain obelisk, and then there was other for the mountain fane there. We should.
What was that?
The obelisks for the mountain fane. One was at the top of the mountain.
And one is by Old Bone Grinder.
What about Force Fane?
Over at Yesterhill,
Yeah, Yesterhill.
which also technically you've done, so we can remove that exclamation point.
Oh, mountain fane 1. Sorry.
Basically, all of the exclamation points were like quest markers, essentially, of I shouldn't say quest markers as much as like points of interest that you guys said that you didn't know information about. So you have the reconsecration of the fanes at the 2 mountain fanes. You guys know about the Mad Mage, but don't know what the deal is with that. There is the Yesterhill is the
That can be removed.
cool.
We did that.
That's the one that you know is the vision in the mist. It's the gap.
Which is, we learned, is just a cruel prank from Vampire.
And then Lake Zarvich is unnaturally still for unknown reasons. And then the question marks were things that you basically don't know the fate of. So Vistani Camp and Valaki are both like kind of probably different than when you left them. Or they might not be, you don't know. Ravenloft, obviously, there's just a lot that's happened since you were there last. And then this question mark was Selenka Pass and the both the rock and then just kind of all of the Amber Temple Mountain region, working your way back up that direction.
What was the point of going back up the direction?
Well, one of the Fanes is up there as an option if you were to go that route. And then obviously the Amber Temple is like a source of info, but it's a treacherous journey and you don't know what the deal with the rock is.
I feel like we've already been, like, I just assumed we weren't going to go back up the mountains because I feel like that was kind of already
I also presume, based off of your guys' decisions, that you aren't. This was marked before.
That's fair. Where, isn't there an amulet thing? What was the amulet thing that Strahd stole?
The Amulet of Ravenkind. I believe that's his name.
Yeah.
Holy symbol of Ravenkind. And it was left in Valaki with the Mardikovs and taken by Vasily.
Yeah, because Strahd with his scarf, or not Strahd, Sten with the scarf or something.
Correct.
Boy, would Kirik love that.
Yeah.
We could ask where it is.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
because
That is a thing.
Well, what is it useful for besides being like? Because we learned.
Despite being a nuke for vampires.
Yeah.
Is it a nuke for vampires? Like.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we could ask where it is because that is in the past.
It's a nuke for vampires, but we couldn't use it before because it has to be cleric or paladin.
Well, what's Kirik?
He's paladin. We can use it now.
Oh, I thought you said we couldn't at the time, but now we can.
Yeah, we couldn't use it before.
he's definitely not a paladin of the Raven Queen.
All right. Well, so we need to figure out how do we, Mountain Fane. How can we reconsecrate the Mountain Fane, and then how do we, or where is the amulet? Right. Okay. There are questions, I guess.
What is it called when? Because we have to reconsecrate. So are these Fanes trapped? Were they defeated?
Stripped of their power.
They were desecrated, so you're reconsecrating them.
Please tell me everything you know about the desecration of the Mountain Fane.
Please hold for one moment.
I think.
42.
So, just so we know, on the Yesterhill obelisk, the Mountain Fane also had a hooded figure with a larger amulet around her neck, face of raven, looking. I'm assuming that amulet is her amulet, maybe? Right?
Okay.
Is the amulet? We would know this. because we saw the image, we had the amulet. The amulet, I don't even remember where we got it from. Is it the Mountain Fanes amulet?
Hold on, I'm gonna answer the Mountain Fane thing first.
That's fine.
So she kind of smiles and she raises her hand, and all of your visions cloud, and you see a vision of Strahd as a full-blooded vampire, older than in the visions that you've seen up until this point. And he approaches the windmill, fully intact, and you see him discussing with the hags. And he knocks on the door. The hags answer. He discusses with them briefly, and he presents a bag of ravens, dead ravens. And they nod, and you see these kind of swirling visions of the hags baking ravens into pies, and Strahd catching ravens and then going to stand in the middle of the stones, both by Old Bone Grinder and up on the mountain. And he approaches them at what would be noon if the sun were normal in Barovia, and he snaps each raven's neck in the center of in the center of the stone circles, one by one, tossing them into a bag before bringing them to the hags. And the hags make these pies and present them to the people of Barovia, and the people of Barovia feed on them unknowingly, eating the remains of these ravens. And roll me a perception check, anybody who is interested.
Please
I know what these
roll
pies
high. Please.
All right. So Mim and Alistair are the two that notice this specific detail, is that every time he snaps the neck of a raven, the faintest hint of a shadow gets ever so slightly longer beneath his feet. And eventually, when that shadow meets the edge of the ring of stones, then, which takes 1 year of doing this every day, at the end of that 1 year, the shadow reaches the edge of stones, and Strahd ceases the practice. But as he leaves the circle, the shadow seems to fade into the circle itself. And then the vision forms again, and you see Mr. E, who describes to you how, in order to reconsecrate the Mountain Fane, not only must you face the darkest parts of oneself, but that the trial is known to be the most difficult of the reconsecration of the Fanes, as the Seeker, brain, words, why am I blanking?
The Mountain Fane, the Seeker.
It is the Seeker, not the Seer, right? My brain.
Seeker is what we have written. Yeah.
Cool. The Seeker is known to be the oldest sister and the most powerful, considering that she holds bearing over the weather and sees events to come. And for just a slight glimpse, as the vision starts to fade, you get the barest hint of a campfire smell, and you hear the slightest rustle of canvas in the wind. You also notice that the vision kind of ends a little abruptly.
If ever there was a reason to kill Strahd, I have another one. This is blasphemy.
More questions.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kind of just leaves us with more questions than answers.
Well, the one question I have is the campfire smell and the rustle of canvas. Would that remind me of like a Vistani camp where they all have like their wagons and like I'm assuming like canvas covered and tents and things? Is that like what would? But I'm just saying like if that jogs a memory, is that what that's like associated with? Like if you set a scene, is that like if I walk into a Vistani camp, I'm probably gonna smell campfire and hear the tents flapping in the wind or whatever that are
That
canvas.
is true.
Right, they're canvas tents. Plus, Madame Ava was there, who was a future teller person. So, something with Vistani. Or something with the Vistani, someone in the future cutting this vision short abrupt so that we don't see too much.
Well, I'm going to remind you the nature of the question.
Mm-hmm. Everything you know about...
Everything you know about the desecration of the mountain fane.
And technically, I didn't ask a question. I said, please describe it. It was a polite request.
So that doesn't actually count as one of her questions.
Boo!
You didn't ask the question.
Boo!
We tricked the... That actually sounds like a... So, thank you for that vision. So I think we still have 2 questions left. What questions do we want? I look at her to see if she reacts. She doesn't react. Okay, cool. Cool.
One question.
Well, that question. Okay. What was our last question? It was the
question that wasn't a question, technically.
No. The last question we were going to ask. Okay, I wrote it down.
Oh.
Whatever. What was it we were going to ask?
I don't know that we had anything decided on.
We did.
We had a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And also none.
Were the Raven pies the one that Sten ate?
Technically no.
The same pies? Oh, okay.
They're the same. They're the same pies.
Same
Hundreds
company, different flavor.
Correct. Yeah. They're the same.
The Hags made all the pies.
The hags made the pies. They're very different time periods, and the purpose of the pies is different.
Yeah.
So they are different pies made by the same people. Same purpose, different. I guess. Same motivations, different purposes.
We did have a question. We said, so these should be our next 2 questions, and then that's what I said, and then we said, yeah, sure. And I don't remember what it was.
Here's something from our recent past. Where can we now find the amulet of Ravenkind?
Thank you.
That was the question. And is that, just to double check, is that your submitted question?
I would like to.
If the group is cool with that, yes, it is.
Say,
Sergio's very cool with that.
We should ask. We should ask instead of where can we find it. Should maybe include something of how to get to it. Like if it's in somewhere.
I assume we're going to get
castle.
smacked by an LSD vision again.
All right. You ask your question. I vote yes. That's your question. Go.
You ask where's the amulet of Ravenkind, and again your eyes roll back, and you seem to be flying over the land of Barovia at high speeds, east, over the waterfall, over the mountain, up to Ravenloft itself, and you begin to dive down into the castle, down below its depths into the crypts, and you come to a slow as you float above a tomb with a singular coffin. Let me double check. White marble steps descend to a tomb that has vaulted ceilings 30 feet overhead. A stillness, a calm amid the storm is felt here. In the center of the tomb, a white marble slab supports an intricately inlaid coffin. Chiseled into the slab is a name, Sergei von Zarovich. To the north behind the coffin are 3 alcoves. A beautifully carved statue stands in each, a stunning young man flanked by 2 angels looking as polished and new as the day each was placed there. An iron lever protrudes from the south wall west of the tomb's entrance, and lying on the sarcophagus itself is a small silver amulet.
Okay.
Cool.
We know exactly where that is.
Yes, you do.
Wait, how do we know?
I have a map of all of Ravenloft.
Right, because we had that from
Mhm.
in.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Whew.
Cool.
Then our exchange is concluded. Thank you for your assistance. I will be keeping an eye on your progress. And she fades out. Let me get us back to that screen real quick.
Only one?
I was gonna make the same joke.
Anyone what?
Only one eye.
Oh yeah.
She has like 6 of them.
My
She
eyes.
fades out, and as you guys watch, the eerie stillness of the circle fades, and you are back in the swampy, musty wet of the swamps of Berez. However, the one thing that you notice is that the air seems ever so slightly fresher. There's an there's less of a rumble to the ground. There's still rain pouring overhead, but something is different, and there's an eerie stillness here.
I'm gonna be real with you all. We should have asked her to teleport us to Arkenpost.
Thank
Well-
you. Also, if you're still around and have some cool powers, teleportation is really nice to Argenvo's Holt. Snap, snap. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I didn't do that. I did say the thing out loud, but I didn't do the snap, snap.
I think you guys see Kirik visibly relax a little bit more. He's not quite as tense, and he goes,
Well, now that we know it's a swamp and not a bog, I think it'll be easy travels.
What's the classification there?
I didn't-
Oh, well, a swamp is a place that's has moving water. Bog is all standing. That's why it gets so decomposed. Also, the favorite place of black dragons. And trust me, you do not want to meet one of those.
I'll take your word for it.
A swamp or a bog?
The bog.
So because we have running water, we're safe?
It's a swamp.
And there's no black dragon.
I think the last
Yes.
few days would like to take a word with your safe.
Well, I suppose that's a very relative word. But there seems to be a bit of information that I am not privy to, that I could use some clarification on.
Shall we fix that while we walk?
Yes, she's always like this.
You have 4 sisters?
Just walking, talking.
Walking and talking.
And talking. Walking and talking. So are we just walking up along the river?
At this
I
point,
guess we would go in the direction that we know Argynvost's hole is.
Because we took the boat, Sen's boat down.
you did take Sten vote down.
We did something. Oh no, the boat did the boat disappear, or was that boat forever
You
there?
did, in fact,
Permanent.
dock the boat, but the boat is on the other side of the river.
I can fly. So can Alistair.
Also, weren't we
And
going,
Alistair can shadow swap. We're gonna. Sorry, go ahead. We were gonna do something.
weren't we going downstream before?
Yes.
Okay. There
Yeah.
was something we had to do to help the boat move. Though.
Yeah,
Did we do something?
I can help with the
Upstream. part.
direction of the water.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
See, I thought we had the direction of the water.
They aided. He aided with speed before. But back to Kirik's question. What was your question?
So, what is your relation to Strahd and or Tatiana?
I kind of... Well, Alistair and you two know this better than me. Correct me if I'm wrong. But my understanding is I am, I guess, a reincarnation of her. I have been here before a number of times. I dyed my hair. It's normally more copper.
Going through an emo phase, I see.
Well,
Emu.
the copper seemed to bring bad luck. And
No.
at the time I didn't know why, but I've learned a thing or two, it would seem.
Ah. Well. How do you feel about it all?
Does it matter?
Of course. Your feelings always matter.
Conflicted, frankly. It's...
As in you'd want to go to Strahd?
No, well, there was a time in which that was a consideration, but more so not being fully aware of whether my identity, my choices are my own, or whether I am but a predestined vessel, destined to perish and be reborn as a tool for another's suffering.
But that's everyone.
Everyone is killed and reborn for other people's suffering.
I suppose it depends on which cycle you believe in, but when we all die, and then some may argue it's for the amusement of the gods.
Perhaps.
It's like a pretty normal crisis of faith.
I'm not sure that I would ever describe anything I've experienced in the last few weeks as normal, but I guess in a way it's comforting to know that some people might.
Allow me to ask a question more straightforwardly. Do you want to be with Strahd?
Not anymore.
Okay. Then I will endeavor to keep you in the back of my mind. Why do we allow her to run into combat, exactly? If, she's sort of his priority?
I don't think we allow her to do anything. I think she
You try to
chooses.
stop her.
She kind of smirks at that.
Seriously, you should consider standing back.
Well, I am quite spry, and I'm not just going to stand by and allow my friends to get hurt. If anything, I have just described the crisis of agency in addition to a crisis of faith, and I don't plan to stand idle and watch people suffer on my behalf if I have anything to say about it.
I'm gonna be real with you, Kirik. She kicked some serious ass.
I think you see a big smile appear on his face, and he says,
That's a good answer.
I just want...
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
You said you just wanted a what?
I just wanted to know why you were here.
Well, originally I was being delivered by this lot to someplace safe, and then before long, nowhere really was anymore.
Friendship is a fine reason. Good. Well, then let us proceed quickly.
All right. Any other major events anyone would like to cover or topics anyone would like to cover before we venture forth from Berez?
I would assume on our way we would fill him a little bit.
You're only half coming through.
That's weird. I would assume that on our way, on our adventures and walks, we would probably fill Kirik in more on, like, the happening. I guess. That
I think I specifically would tell you what we've learned about the souls not being able to leave Barovia, and that it's essentially a giant recycling machine.
Yeah. You see he grows very, very dark a face when he hears that. But for the rest of the story, he's just like, no way, really? And then...
Any other kind of specific stuff that you guys want to hit on with Kirik in terms of the events of your journey, important info?
Oh, yes. So Bone Grinder is my home. It's unfortunately a pile of rubble, but we will be going by there, and you'll see it. Fun, I guess. And if we run into our other friends, Stan, or a wolf, a Doomby, or Mal, that was my sister. Just fun fact.
Oh, your sister.
Yeah, I miss her. Anyway,
Mal.
we didn't look alike, but Mal. But she's she's in Crest. Remember correctly.
What a strange name.
Yeah.
Also,
remember
probably worth mentioning that a Doomby wasn't originally a wolf and wasn't intending to be a wolf.
So if we could find out anything about that, but if we run into a werewolf, it could be our friend. So that's cool to know that we could maybe figure that out if that ever happens. But yeah, they were all cool, really, really cool people. Anyway, yeah, Bone Grinder, important part, my home. If we go through Vallaki, it might be problematic. Which I think we should go through Vallaki, but that's the. Just be warned, as we go on our journey, we might just need to be extra, which is very obvious, you know.
Yeah, we're real enemies of the state, but we are even bigger enemies of Vallaki, which we have to pass directly through.
Good to know.
Or over.
That's true.
Good to know.
There is
Well.
also the option of around, but generally speaking, the woods at night are not advisable.
Could be more advisable than the city.
That's definitely up for debate, but worthy of discussion.
Vallaki is where the Mardukov, the family within the inn, the pub is. We stay. That's
The Blue
right?
Water Inn, yes.
The Blue Water Inn. We also have an option of maybe dropping the gem off with them. They can.
I think that's a terrible idea. We've trusted them with stuff before, and it's gone
That's-
poorly.
Very.
In their
Although
defense,
yeah.
we were buddy-buddy with the person who came. They didn't know at the time, but
Yes.
I will agree that the circumstances were unfortunate.
Okay. That's fine. Although I do feel like Kirik would really enjoy. So at some point,
All right.
Raven.
You do also, to Alistair's point, you also have a gem, and Mim's point. In addition to Argynvost, you do have a gem.
Yeah. How far?
That's kind of on the way, is it not?
No, that's
Oh,
completely west.
so
And
you
we need to
see the
go
map.
east.
Yeah, but don't you have to go north in order to go back to Wizard of Wines?
Well, so
If you're staying on the paths?
yeah, so if we're going
Yeah.
through the path, so basically here is the path, the traditional path down to
Uh-huh.
Berez, and then
Oh, wait, no.
it goes all the way up here, and then it curls back down to Argynvost Holt at this fork to here,
No, I guess we could cut through.
and then this road continues to the main fork, which heads down to Selenka Pass, or there's the secondary fork by the bridge that goes down to Wizard of Wines and Yesterday.
Well,
And we determined 6 squares was a day. So, that's not right. There's
Yeah,
a
I was
giant
gonna say,
explosion.
there's really no way to skip that. We kind of have to take the path. I can't fly that long.
Well,
will we take a nap?
So it'll be a day. It'll be just over a day for you guys to get back to near the road if you took it straight, or half a day if you skipped a little bit over to Argynvost at the way that you guys did before.
Yeah, that fly from there to there I can totally do.
Yeah, so
But-
that would be, you could do this in, you could get to Argynvost in half a day from where you are, assuming you guys can get across the river well. As for Argynvost Holt to Wizard of Wines, what is it? It's shift click or something? Control click? There's a way to do the... How do you do the thing where you do the...
Control, click. Control.
That's it. So following the path, it's a day from Argynvost Holt back to the road. And then it is 2 days. Oh, hold on, that's wrong. So it's about a 3-day journey from Argynvost Holt to Wizard of Wines if you stick to the road the whole way.
And we could probably shorten that a little bit with some flight.
Correct.
But
if you were to cut like this section
mm-hmm.
from road to road type deal.
Well, it seems like we are greatly aligned in our disregard for Strahd. But I will say, I've been made aware that there is a faction somewhere within this the lands of Barovia that worships my patron, and I'm looking to communicate with them. So, anything or anyone Raven related, I would greatly appreciate us taking a little bit of time to meet them.
Well, I
Other than
happen to
that-
have good news for you.
Oh,
That happens to be where we'll probably head after Argynvost Holt.
oh, well, excellent. It seems divinely ordained.
Yes! God damn it! Favorite catchphrase.
Any other major topics of discussion or major notes before we leave Berez behind?
Let's get out of here.
Let's GTFO.
All right. Well, then in that case, you guys start marching off towards the river. We will wrap up our session today there, and we will get back to it with Baba Lysaga defeated, the gem in hand, the floorboards, Charlotte's Web prophecy fulfilled, and on to another session. I will stop recording.
GG.